Let's see the counters in CX Programmer. Here we have two types of counter. One is decrement counter and another one is reversible counter. Decrement counter means it will be decrementing from, for example, 5 to 0 or 10 to 0. Reversible counter means it will be both increment and decrement. Here we can see the decrement counter and reversible counter. For decrement counter, instruction is CNT means counter, decrement counter. N means your counter number, that should be from C0 to C255. So totally we can use 256 counters in one program. And S is your set value. For example, if your set value is 5, if you give the pulses, it will be counting from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once it reaches 0, your decrement counter output will be on. This is about the decrement counter. And it should be having a separate reset button. And coming to the reversible counter, here both increment and decrement is there. For reversible counter, instruction is CNTR space counter number and set value. For CNTR, you have to use the instruction DCNT space 000 space #5. And here if you consider #5 as the set value, so if you increment the values, it will be incrementing from 0 to 5. Decrement means from 5 to 0, and it should be have a separate reset button. Now we will see them in the software. Take the input, that is 0.00. First we will see about the decrement counter. So instruction is CNT space 000 space, I will give as #5 as the set value. And next connect the reset. For that I am taking 0.01 as a contact. Next counter contact for output, that is C000. Then connect it to an output coil, that is 100.00. So once it is done, go for compile, then simulator. So now the counter value is already 5. If I give the pulses here, set on, see it is decremented to 4. So go on giving the pulses for that one. That is 3. Another way to switch on the input is that enter. 1 means it will be on, 0 means it will be off. So you can use that also. So now the counter is at 1. So when the counter reaches 0, your decrement counter output will be on. And if you want to reset it, go to the switch to reset button, again switch on, so the counter will be again resetted. This is all about the decrement counter. Now let's see about the reversible counter. Reversible counter instruction is CNTR, and connect a new contact for reset 0.02. I'll give it as switch 3. Connect it. So here I0.0 is for increment input, 0.01 is for decrement input, and 0.03 is for your reset. Compile and go for simulator. So for increment input, you will get the output when the counter completes its one cycle. For example, so now the counter value is already 5. So if I go on giving the decrement counts, means once it reaches 0, again if I give the decrement count, again it will go back to 5. So when it completes one cycle from 5 to 5, your decrement output will be on. We'll check it. Go on giving the pulses. See, now it is at 0. I'll give again one decrement input. So again it reaches to 5. So now the output is on here. Now we will check for increment. So give the pulse for increment. See, increment is at 0. So for at 0 you will get the increment output. See, again I will give the pulses. See, now it is at 5, but the output is not on. Now again I will give one increment count. Once it reaches 0, your increment output will be on here. Now if you want to reset it, go for switch 2, switch 3, then switch on the input. So automatically it will be again resetted. This is how the reversible counter will be working.